what's going on, guys? This is Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I'm so glad that you tuned in today to watch this video about how to actually increase the humidity in your incubator. I think that's a big problem, right? So that was one of the fears that I had in going into all of this was, how am I going to control humidity? And I know that to get 100% humidity, it's almost got to be like rain-like inside of the incubator. And that's regardless of whether you have one like this, which is a Wilbanks 240. It's a homeostatic incubator. I just recently did a video on how I got it, and it took a lot of research in actually choosing this one versus my other choice would have been a Sea Serpent or to DIY. But either way, they all depend on three key factors. They depend on temperature, which ball pythons, from our research, and I guess the best example that I got was Balls to You. He had a lot of information on there, so I asked you guys to go and check his channel out and look and see what he has to say from on the other side of the pond. But what he was really stressing was temperature. So you can actually, the acceptable ranges will be anywhere from 88 to 92 degrees Fahrenheit, with the ideal temperature inside being 90. So one of the things that we found was that even in setting at 91 degrees, for this incubator, still is only measuring at 90, 89.9 degrees, so that's constant. But the other two things that you need are equally important, if not just as important. So it's like a trifecta if you think about it. You have to have airflow. So no matter what, you cannot have stagnant air around your eggs and expect for them to be successful, because what the air will do is to prevent mold buildup on your eggs. Now, which is crazy, because if the female ball python were to incubate her own eggs, she doesn't move once she starts. So for 55 to 60 or however long it takes, she stays there on those eggs until they leave. And in fact, she probably stays a little bit longer in the wild. But there's no airflow. And, so that's just a thing that makes you say, right? I mean, that's nature. Nature can always do things right. We're the ones who fuck it up, right? So, but anyway, and the other thing that you need is you got to have something that creates humidity. So you can either use vermiculite, or in the case that I'm going to do is I'm just going to use water, because that way I can measure the water levels, and I have these humidity or hygrometers in there. They also have a temperature gauge, and I got those on Amazon, and it basically measures the humidity and the temperature at two different points here. And right now it's measuring at 90.2 and about 68 or 70 degrees, 70% humidity. So, that's pretty good, because one thing that I really think that could hurt is if my eggs get wet. So in a separate video, once our first gravid female lays, then I'll do an egg, how we set it up and how we candle them, and the way that I'm doing it, which just to give you guys a heads up, you can look at Matt Ship's America Made Exotic video on how he sets up his egg box, and that's how we're going to do it. I'm using egg diffuser, water, and a 6-quart box with pressing seal on top. I'm not going to disturb the eggs. I don't even know if I'll separate them after I candle them. I might. But anyway, let me get back to how you can actually have the humidity. So as I open up the door, and I'm kneeing it around, guys, because, hey, social media, I don't have all the lights and fancy stuff. So what I did was I took 2 of the 15-quart containers, and I filled them up about maybe halfway with water. And I use warm water for this, and they have holes here on the sides. And what that'll do is allow some of this to evaporate out and create a more humid environment. But as you see, these are my egg boxes. I already have them set up in here so that they'll be incubator temperature. When I take them out, they just won't be cold like I got them from the storage unit or the closet. Let's see, so I have water bottles inside also, but the water bottles don't do anything to increase humidity because they're capped. They haven't been open. It'd be different if they were open. Now, each one of these is an egg box setup. Now, right now, I just have the egg diffuser just floating in there, but I'll put some 2-ounce deli cups underneath, and the eggs will weigh them down, and I'll make sure there's an inch of separation between the water and the actual egg diffuser. But of course, like I said before, I'll show you that in another video, but this is how I feel like the best way to make sure that you have the right humidity levels. Now, if you use vermiculite, of course, you want to be able to squeeze that, because I researched it. You want to be able to squeeze that to where it holds together, but it doesn't drip water. And of course, there's a lot of videos out there on that. But the reason I'm going for this way to increase humidity as well as to incubate my eggs is because I have allergies, and they're so bad that I have to take medicine. And I don't want to add anything to the mix that will cause me to have further allergy complications. So this is what I'm going to do. And you know, once I put the eggs in there, I already got the temperature set. Of course, I got the lights on just so that the ring light will be able to see, and you'll be able to see the numbers in there. But hey guys, you know, I think that this is going to work. I mean, the ball python eggs will actually be in incubation from anywhere from what I've researched, 52 days to about 60 days, maybe 62 days. But that all depends on temperature, and it also depends on the eggs themselves. I hope that this video was helpful to you. And, you know, please like, comment, and subscribe. But as always, guys, I'm interested in your comments and to get some feedback on what you think about this process. And if you've tried something that works better, I would definitely like to hear that in the I would like to read that in the comment section. And if nothing else, guys, thank you so much. And as always, enjoy your time with your reptiles and enjoy your time with your family.